will now turn the meeting over to the mayor for the administration of the oath of office and nomination and election of officers.
Thank you, Mr. Lyons. If the newly elected candidates would please stand. If you'd like to come over here so people might want to take pictures. And I will start out by, if you'll raise your right hands, I will start out by saying, do you, and you say your name, and then I'll read the rest, and you just have to say, I do. It's just like a wedding, so congratulations. Do you,
Eric Anderson,
having been elected to the Board of Education of the City of Norwalk, solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge the duties of said office according to law, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mayor.
Congratulations. Okay, now the next item on the agenda is a nomination and election of officers for the coming term of the Board of Education. The first office would be the board chairman. I will take nominations from the floor. Do I have a nomination from the floor for board chairman? Mr. Meek.
Yes, I would like to put into nomination Mike Lyons, our current board chair. Mike showed real leadership and held things together despite superintendent turnovers and board issues on the last board. He was a rarity, a candidate who kept his campaign promises to end the annual budget chaos and get the school's finances in shape. He adopted Common Core and put in new curricula in place in English, math, social studies, and world languages. And he got the process of creating school governance councils at all our schools underway. He also led the effort that got Dr. Adamowski approved as our new superintendent, a move that's already paying great dividends. Having Mike stay at the helm during the first year of Dr. Adamowski's term will give us the stability and leadership we need to complement what Dr. Adamowski is doing. So I'm happy to place Mike's name in nomination. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations from the floor for board chairman? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board chairman? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board chairman? Seeing none, we don't have a secretary yet, so I can't ask the secretary to cast one vote. So I guess what I would call for a vote, all in favor? Opposed? Abstention? A favor? Okay. Unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. Lyons.
Thank you.
Do we have any nominations from the floor for the election of board vice chairman? Mr. Lyons.
Yes, I'd like to nominate Heidi Keys for the position of vice chairman. Heidi, as you know, has served for several years now as the secretary of the board. She's taken a leadership role there, particularly with our whole spotlight process for recognizing people who have achieved, either students or teachers who have achieved greatly in the school system. And in the last year, 2 years, she also chaired the policy committee, one of our more important committees, and has been steadily working through major policy changes for the school system. She served as secretary for several years now, and I think it's a great opportunity for her to move up, so I'm happy to place her name in nomination.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations from the floor for board vice chairman? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board vice chairman? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board vice chairman? Seeing none, I will close the nominations. We still don't have a secretary, so I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Carried unanimously. Congratulations. Finally, the nomination for election of board secretary. Do I have any nominations from the floor? Ms. Keys.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Mike Barbas in spirit. He's not here tonight, but I will
He's on
nominate
his
him.
way.
So
He's
even
on
if we
his
did have a
way.
chairman, a secretary.
Just a little background on Mike. Mike's been on the board for the past 4 years. He was just re-elected unopposed. He's taken on one challenging position after another. He first started out his career on the board on the finance committee. Some of our budget troubles started then. It grew. Our budget troubles grew and grew.
Not because of him, I would
No, no, he didn't finish. not because of him, but he eventually took over as chair of our finance committee. He then took over chair of our negotiations and personnel committee. Over the last few years, he oversaw several negotiations for different contracts. He also developed a very close relationship with Bruce Millian, a very close working relationship. Mike's also voted for and fully supported all of our previous and new superintendent as well. I feel his track record speaks for itself, and I feel that he would make a really great secretary, and I highly encourage him to be our secretary, and I do nominate him as such.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations from the floor for board secretary? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board secretary? Are there any other nominations from the floor for board secretary? Seeing none, all in favor of Mike Barbas for board secretary, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, unanimous. Congratulations to Mike in absentia. Before turning the meeting back over to your new board chairman, or your continuing board chairman, I just want to thank the ladies and gentlemen of the board, those returning, those newly elected, and thank Dr. Adamowski. Wish you well as you work the next 2 years, 4 years actually, to continue making the Norwalk school system the best it can possibly be for our children. I know you've all got that spirit in your heart, and you wouldn't do this if you weren't passionate about what your duties and responsibilities are. So God bless you as you move forward. Let's get going. Thank you.
Thank you.